What's up, man? Doc Testosterone here with D-Lip. We just got a question about intermittent fasting, what to do if you are hungry and you are outside of your feeding window. For those of you who don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's all of us do this in the tribe, in the Masters of Masculinity. You take a feeding window, which is usually 8 hours maximum. You're only allowed to eat within those 8 hours. For us, sometimes it's 6 hours, sometimes it's 5 hours. Now that type of protocol has been known to increase LH levels, which is the trigger for testosterone increase. So LH is luteinizing hormone. That hormone triggers the release of testosterone in the testes. So if you do intermittent fasting and LH increases significantly, then testosterone will also increase significantly. So that is just one aspect of intermittent fasting that is very, very beneficial. Another aspect of intermittent fasting is fat loss. There have been studies that have shown that intermittent fasting leads to fat loss, significant fat loss in not only animals, but also human beings. So intermittent fasting has been around for thousands of years. Muslims do it, Jews do it, Christians do it. It's just a different type in fitness. We call it intermittent fasting. In Islam, it's called Ramadan. In Judaism, it's called
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur. In Christianity, it's called Lent or Lent or some shit. I don't know.
Different holidays.
Right, and it exists in all religions. Now, this video is not so much about the science of intermittent fasting. I want to just touch on it briefly. For the science, you can go to all of my other videos on intermittent fasting. But here it is to motivate you to what you should do when you are hungry. Because we are fucking hungry right now. Right now on a 24-hour fast. Last night we ate a vegan meal with Zach. He cooked it. We all had an amazing dinner here. And we kind of felt that we ate too much because Zach was feeding us these dark chocolates. We made an awesome dessert. And today we kind of felt guilty because we feel that we are out of our caloric deficit. Now today is actually day 3 of our 6-week transformation when I am training this guy and transforming this guy and transforming myself and my body. Now, if you get hungry during your intermittent fasting and you are outside of your feeding window, what can you do? What is the motivation? What is the inspiration you need to not eat? First and foremost, you need to understand and recognize that if you are hungry, that is a fucking sign of fat loss. You're not gonna lose muscle because you're not feeding your body protein in and getting 7 meals a day like a fucking idiot. If you are fasting 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, I've done these fasts many, many times in the past. If that is the case, then you are fine. You're not gonna lose muscle, do not worry, but you will lose fat if that is your goal, and that is most people's goals. So, the first thing you need to understand is be positive. You're hungry? Great. You're losing fat. Number 2, if you are hungry but you have an exam, you have a deadline, you're like, yeah, doc, you know what? You can say that. You know, you're an expert. You know your shit. You can control your brain. But I have an exam, or I have stress because my dad is like fucking not listening to me and not letting me do this or do that, or my mom is hitting me, or you know, whatever the hell's happening in your life. My girlfriend dumped me, or she ran away with a milkman. Whatever the fuck happened in your life, yeah, sure, you have stress, but we are over here running a company. Okay, we're running an entire company. We have to shoot content. We have to go to the gym, right? We have to be creative. We have to do a lot of shit with our brain and our body, and we are still able to intermittent fast. So don't be a pussy, okay? Don't make excuses that, oh, I have this to do and I have that to do. The one thing you need to understand is that your body will get used to it. All the fitness celebrities you see that do intermittent fasting, it's not that day 1 they started doing it and they were fine. No. And it wasn't fine for me either. It wasn't fine for this guy either. We had it hard. It was difficult in the beginning, but you need to understand that your body goes through homeostasis. It takes time for your body to become stabilized and you actually be able to go through that process. And also remember, you need an accountability partner. If I cheat, if I relapse, if we decide we're gonna do a 36-hour fast because we ate too much last night and we wanna get back to our caloric deficit, keep losing fat, keep gaining muscle, keep having energy levels, and we want to prolong and maintain our testosterone increase. We want to keep boosting testosterone. So if you have a master brother, which we will talk about in a future video, and I talk about it on Snapchat too, so follow me there. With a master brother, this is a guy who's your accountability partner. He's your bro, he's your buddy. Both of you have to hold each other accountable. It does, you could call him, you could send him a snap, whatever that is, you need to make sure that you don't cheat. And the way you can do that is surround yourself with people, surround yourself with positive things so you don't relapse. That's the second thing. The third thing is you need to understand why you are losing fat in the first place. What is your why? What tethers you to gaining testosterone, reclaiming your masculinity, becoming a master of your masculinity? What is it? Is it the fact that you want to fuck a Victoria's Secret model? Is it a fact that you want to take your shirt off in a swimming pool? What is it? Is it a fact that your parents are making fun of you because you're a fat fuck and you want to tell your mom to shut the fuck up and respect you? Is it that the girlfriend that you used to have, she dumped you and now you want to get her back? Is it that you want to live long? What is it? Right? There has to be a reason why you want to lose fat. Don't give me some shit like, I want to live a healthy lifestyle. It is good for my health and fitness. It is good for my general well-being. Fuck all that. Have a visceral reason. Something that touches your fucking emotion. Because if you are angry, I'm kind of angry right now. If you are angry or you are sad or you are anxious because you want to lose weight, you want to gain muscle, you want to get fucking ripped and jacked, then why? And don't fucking lie to yourself. That is a huge problem. Yeah. If you want to lose fat for a specific reason, be fucking proud. If your mom asks you, hey man, why are you eating these greens and why have you switched to free range eggs instead of these nasty cage free eggs and this white eggs, whatever the fuck your mom has been bringing? Why are you now cooking in water or coconut oil and grass fed butter instead of the shitty canola oil, vegetable oil your mom's been used to cooking in? Why? Tell her, oh, it's because when I go to school and I see a girl that I want to approach, or if I see some guy I want to hang out with and I think he's too cool for me or the girl's too pretty for me, I want to gain the confidence to be able to be that alpha male. I want to gain the confidence so I can actually make those approaches and fix my inner game. And the reality of it is that it does matter. Your body matters. Last night we were talking to Zach. I asked him, what is the first law that you need to have in order to attract girls? What does he say? Looks. How you look. Because if you don't respect yourself, if you're fat, you're not taking care of your body, you're gonna let a French fry pimp you. That's what RSD Tyler used to say. Whenever he would see us eating steak and eggs with fries at the fucking restaurant, what would he say? If you let a French fry pimp you, then how the fuck are you gonna ever get a girl to respect you? How are you gonna get society to respect you? So, that is the number 3 aspect. Know what tethers you, what holds you in there, what glues you to that goal of reclaiming your masculinity. And intermittent fasting is just one part of it. The science is already there. I can give you right now 5-hour lecture about the exact science of intermittent fasting. I can tell you, oh, it's your leptin and ghrelin levels, and leptin is when you feel satiated and satisfied, and ghrelin is when you're feeling hungry, and those hormones have to be in balance, and they have to compensate for each other. So if you are not eating, if you're in your fasting window, then you might be very hungry. So your ghrelin levels are up and your leptin levels are down. And you need to make them equals, and then you need to start eating to make them equal. I can give you an entire lecture about the hormonal physiology of being hungry and being full, but that doesn't matter. Because when you see that French fry, or when you see that hamburger, or when you see that pizza, or even when you see a healthy food, like a healthy steak or brown rice or sweet potato, you're gonna eat it even though you are in your intermittent fasting window and not in your feeding window. So, if you ever have that case, you need to figure out why it's happening, figure out what tethers you, have an accountability partner, and understand that you are doing this for your well-being. You need to understand that your body will get used to it. It is a battle. You have to be patient, keep going, and you will eventually be able to dominate. And then when you look back at your journey, you're gonna laugh. Oh, I was such a pussy. I couldn't do a 24-hour fast. I couldn't do a 48-hour fast. And then you're gonna laugh at yourself because you're gonna become a master. So, post comments below if you still have problems intermittent fasting, if you're still getting hungry when you should be fasting. If what I said makes sense to you, let me know. Give me your feedback. If I'm saying a bunch of bullshit to you and it doesn't make sense, give me your feedback. Because a lot of guys are asking, what is the reason why they can't be motivated like a lot of our top guys? Why can't they be motivated? What inspiration do they need? Why do they keep relapsing and eating that ice cream in their intermittent fasting window? So, if that is the case with you, post your comments below and let us know what is happening in your life. What stresses do you have and why, because of those stresses, you have to eat when you're not supposed to. So let us know. We want to benefit you directly, your specific problems, and if you don't tell us, we're never going to be able to solve those specific issues. Now I'm going to let D-Lip talk about his experience with what's going on and why he decided to do this 36-hour fast. And remember, it was his idea. I wanted to eat today, but he's like, fuck it. Last night we ate too much. I want to do intermittent fasting, but I want to do it for 36 hours. Why?
Yeah, so for me, because I'm accountable to all you guys and accountable to everybody, and for me, my goal right now is I need to go through this transformation. Pretty much I'm like max accountability. I can't get any more accountable. For me, this thing is top priority, and I really do want to go through transformation, and it creates a certain sense of urgency. So for Farhan, for him, it's not as important to like not eat today. For him, it's like, okay, well, it'll take an extra week to lose that 0.1 gram of fat. But for me, every day, every week, every second is valuable. So when I'm thinking, well, fuck it, I'll be hungry, at the same time, I'm also thinking, well, I kind of really want to get this thing done. And the fact that I really want to go through this transformation and really do it outweighs the fact that, okay, well, I'll be hungry. Another thing Zach said yesterday, he talked about how right now for him, after going like vegan, he finds everything very sweet. And we talked about this like yesterday. We woke up in the morning after fasting all night, right, and the day before, and we worked out and we did like a good 1 hour, like almost 2 hour workout, and then we both had a bite of a banana, and that banana was literally the greatest thing ever. Like, I've never had a cake or anything else that tastes that sweet, and just, it's not even just how sweet it was, it's how good the sweetness was. It was just amazing. It was great. So for me, that positive experience is also another drive that allows me to be like, well, if I'm hungry now and I wake up tomorrow morning and do like another workout and I'm gonna have another bite of a banana, that's gonna be amazing. So I'm not even thinking anymore. I'm making the hunger work for me. I'm making the hunger more pleasant. Instead of being something that I'm like dreading, I'm creating more of like a challenge. I'm reframing it to see more of a just like a fun thing to go through to later on get like a really cool reward. It's kind of like you go through that workout till later on you feel nice and sore and you feel tired and I'm like going to bed after a crazy like hard workout is like the greatest thing ever. You sleep like a baby, right? So it's the same principle. I'm getting my body, I don't want to say addicted, but I'm saying used to the hunger and the rewards that come later. For sure it helps that Farhan is here with me. Like before I even asked him, I'm like, hey man, if maybe you want to do like a tiny little meal before we go. He's like, nah man, it's okay. So yeah, for sure talk to your accountability partner, because sometimes you have these little ideas where you're like, cheat a little bit, but then then your accountability partner says, nah man, don't do it. For me, it's just like reframing it, everything, making everything seem fun, seem easy, seem good. I definitely know what it's like to try to intermittent fast during exams. And one thing I find that with intermittent fasting, maybe not the first or the second time, but when you do a 24-hour fast, first of all, coffee helps, but if not coffee, it really helps you with focusing. So if you do need to study for an exam, I find it's a great way to like actually focus on your material. If you need to like cram in a lot of things or just like learn something and understand certain materials, solve problems if you're, let's say, in mathematics, I find that it does kind of give you a certain sense of focus, not eating, because your body doesn't have to, I guess, focus on digestion. That's what I kind of understood yesterday. We talked about it.
So some tips for you fuckers who still need more motivation. First thing is, put spices in your coffee. Now we know that caffeine is an appetite suppressant. It's gonna suppress your appetite. It's not gonna make you as hungry as you are right now when you fucking need to eat. So in your coffee, put cinnamon, put ginger, put turmeric, put that in there. Like, use spices as a taste bud stimulator, so you're tricking your brain in the beginning, and you can continue to do it because spices are amazing. They're antioxidants, and we take spice shots every morning. You're gonna see a video either now or later on in the Masters of Masculinity product. You're gonna see exactly how we make the spice shots, and that's our pre-workout. We do that before every workout. So use spices inside of your black coffee. Use spices inside of your black tea, inside of whatever the fuck you're drinking that's 0 calories. And adding a little bit of spice it might add 1 or 2 calories, but is not going to break your fast. Remember that. Now the next thing you need to remember, for all you still need scientific motivation, every time you eat a meal, you are dropping testosterone. There's a fucking dip in testosterone when you eat anything. So if you are only eating 2 times a day because you're doing intermittent fasting, that's good. You're only gonna have a depletion or a dip in testosterone 2 times. You're eating 7 meals a day, you're not doing intermittent fasting, you're gonna have 7 dips in testosterone, and that is not what you want. So keep in mind that intermittent fasting, through science, through motivation, inspiration, whatever you need, we're giving it to you right now. And if you still need motivation, even after all of this fucking instruction, then let us know. Maybe there's something we missed. Maybe there's something that I don't know. Maybe there's something D-Lip doesn't know. But we want to still provide you more motivation in the next video. So let us know, what are you suffering from? What is it that keeps you away from getting fucking jacked and ripped through intermittent fasting?
One thing I realized for you guys, and I didn't even understand how important this was up till now, until actually seeing the difference. Sleep. 2 days ago, we did an all-nighter thing just to test it out, see what's gonna happen, what would happen. And I realized that not only was I hungry, but I was so craving my cheat meal. For the first time in these last few days, I was actually craving a cheat meal. And I was actually thinking of just eating a shit ton, and I really didn't care. My mood was bad, and all the emotions just made me really want to cheat. And if I honestly think that if I wasn't in an environment that was so accountable and compelling to keep going, I might have actually cheated. If I was alone at home, for sure, no doubt about it, I would have cheated. Compared to the next day where we still did intermittent fasting, we were still very hungry, but where my mindset about the hunger was positive. It was it's a challenge. Let's do this. Let's get it. I'm losing fat. This is awesome. This is great. Always positively motivating myself when I'm hungry, to a point where yesterday when we weren't hungry and we were well slept, I felt like I was kind of cheating. I felt like, hey man, I'm full, this is not good. I reversed everything, but it comes from that positive mindset. And it's really important from what I experienced to sleep. Sleep helps you with that positive mindset. So if you guys are studying for exams, if you guys are working, really try to get a good 7-8 hours, whatever. 8 to 9 hours, because it makes a difference. It really makes a difference.
Awesome. For those of you who don't know who the fuck this guy is, we made an introductory video, DOCnD-Lip episode 1. This might even be episode 2. Let's see what he does. But if you haven't seen that, go watch that video to learn who the fuck this guy is. How does he fit into the family? Why he is the most crucial part of Doc testosterone, after me, of course.
At the moment.
Yeah, well, he thinks he's going to become the most important one.
Of course, yeah.
That's one thing. I'm going to give you one more scientific fucking motivation for all you dumbasses who are always caring about those little mechanisms. Okay, anabolism. You want to grow muscle, right? Some of them are like, oh, I don't want to really lose fat. I just want to grow muscle. Good. You know what anabolism is? When muscle growth happens when you're sleeping, that is when your muscle recovery happens. So, when you are in an intermittent fasting window, when you are not eating, in the morning you will prolong that anabolism. Because if you eat, you are catabolizing. You go into catabolism. So, if you prolong that period of not eating, then your muscles will continue to repair. They will continue to grow. So that is what you want. The other thing is about BMR. It has been found that intermittent fasting also increases the basal metabolic rate. So you are burning calories, you are burning fat even when you are resting. Even when you are just breathing, walking around during the day, you will burn more calories. So intermittent fasting, bro, it has been researched extensively. People have been doing it for thousands of years. So if you need motivation to do intermittent fasting, I give it to you here. Plus, you got a bunch of videos on the channel to go watch. And if you need inspiration to do intermittent fasting, we gave that to you here as well. But if you still need more, again, post comments below. Will help you out as much as we can because we love you and we are benefiting because of you guys, because of the love and support you guys are giving us. So we want to continue to do that. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button.
Like it.
Subscribe to the channel if you want to get notifications, if you want to get more of this content. Let us know what else you need. What questions do you have about testosterone? What questions do you have about masculinity? What is keeping you from becoming a master of your masculinity? We're going to soon announce the Masters of Masculinity Tribe product. If you already know about it, great. But if you don't know about it, what questions do you have about that? And share this video with your friends who need that inspiration, that motivation. Hit the share button and share on Facebook, share on YouTube, share it with everyone so everyone can benefit from what we have learned, what we have experienced, what we have suffered from, and provide benefit to all of you. Any last words?
Comment below.
Boom. This is Doc Testosterone. That is D-Lip. Go out there and reclaim your masculinity.